Okay, good morning. This is Danny with Danny's Luxury Cruise Vacations, where we're more than just cruises. We do all inclusives as well. And I have Wendy from Sandals and Beaches Resorts on my Zoom meeting this morning. Wendy has been kind enough to spend a few moments with us this morning to discuss some of the features and benefits of having a destination wedding at Sandals Resorts, which is for couples only, or a beaches resort where families are more than welcome. So good morning, Wendy, and thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for asking me, Danny. It's fun to be able to work in this industry because with our product we focus on romance travel, and love is all you need when you come to Sandals and Beaches Resorts. We try to make it as romantic as possible an experience for our couples who want to have a destination wedding. We provide them with as much or as little as they require for their celebration. So it can be as elaborate or as simple. It's up to them. All they need to share with us is, what date, what time, and with your help, we can make that happen. Many couples will opt to have, one of those gorgeous beachfront venues for their service, but others like to have the gorgeous garden gazebos that are offered, and they provide beautiful floral and fauna and the sounds of nature in the background. So, depending on what the couple is envisioning, if it's an elopement, we can make a very intimate setting and they can have that candlelight dinner when they're done. Or if they're inviting friends and family, great, the more the merrier. We can have everybody play a part. We absolutely do include a complimentary 1 hour reception following their ceremony. And this allows everybody an opportunity to socialize, have cake, champagne, cold hors d'oeuvres, the bride and groom's choice of signature cocktail. So it's a lovely affair. But if you want to go a step further and bring in entertainment, we've got it all. Fire eaters, fire dancers, DJs, live bands, mento bands, reggae bands, whatever they envision. But we are there to assist them in planning and executing, and we only do one wedding at a time.
That's key. A lot of places will have more than one a day. And let's face it, for the bride and groom, their day, their time is very special to them. So having only that one venue that day means a lot.
So the key is to remind them, we allocate our resources to ensure that they have exactly what they need, and they get to choose what time of the day do they want. Do they want a twilight time slot where it's the last wedding at 5 p.m. They have the magical lighting changing as they're, shifting from the ceremony to the reception, and the photography is magical, so that might be something, to consider. And of course, we have a lot of great visual tools to get them excited to see what a wedding could look like.
Okay. Now, Wendy, what's very important, at least something that I think of when having a destination wedding, we know if we get married, in the States, what you have to do, you go to town hall, you get the certificate, you get this, you get that. What's
Yep.
the procedure with getting married at a Sandals or Beaches resort?
Excellent question. So if the couple is wishing to have a legal wedding ceremony, all of the islands in which we are located, these are legal ceremonies, which require a residency period. Now, in some islands, it's as little as 48 hours. Other islands, lengthier, 72 hours. Now, each island has different restrictions, so that may mean not including day of arrival, or it might, not including weekends, or perhaps yes. So you have to have all of these numbers incorporated into when am I arriving, what is the day that I want my wedding. Now, I will say Jamaica makes it very simple. You can get married in Jamaica within 48 hours of arriving on that island, whether that be arriving on a weekend or a holiday, that's fine. So, the wedding concierge whom you are working with will enlighten you as to how much time is required prior to the legal ceremony. Now, as far as documentation, depending if the bride and groom have been married in the past, whether it ended in divorce or death, we would require copies of those legal documents. So I'm talking about divorce decree or death certificate, along with a copy of the marriage or the birth certificate for both bride and groom. Each of these documents that is copied does require notarization. So to be notarized, that requires a notary public to sign off and say, yes, this individual is that person on this paper, their stamp, their signature. So that's really all it requires. And something like that, we do like to have the documents 60 days in advance, allowing plenty of time for, handing over to the local license and administrative services to get everything in prepared. And so when the client does leave the island, they leave with a copy of the wedding certificate, and the original is then sent to them in a period of 4 to 8 weeks time, depending on the island.
Beautiful. That's great information, Wendy. And one last thing that I'd like to ask you, if I may, the guest, the client, they have a wonderful experience. They love Sandals, rightfully so. And they loved it so much, they want to come back a year later and celebrate their anniversary. Do you have promotions where for people that have celebrated their wedding at your resort for coming back for their 1-year anniversary? Did they get some type of a special deal?
Well, and thank you for allowing me to share. This is available to any couple who is either a former Sandals and Beaches client or they've never been with us before. We offer 2 particular things I'd like to touch on. One is a complimentary free night stay when you are booking a 7-night stay for your anniversary. Therefore, you must be traveling within 30 days of your anniversary date, and you're booking into a Club or Butler category. When you're booking 7 nights, you're getting 1 free night on us. Now, that's a wonderful gift in itself, but let me go a step further. Why not commemorate this momentous occasion with a renewal of vow service? Now, we package it as a retie the knot, and basically it can be, again, as elaborate and special and done up as they wish, or they can keep it simple. It's their choice. We customize everything based on the couple's choice of decor and location and music and, just the overall floral arrangement. Whatever they wish, we can create it. But for a renewal of vows, not only is it for a couple that wants a 1st or a 2nd or a 10th or a 20th anniversary, it's also for many couples that may have encountered, over the past year and a half, the situation where the marriage might have been postponed or just done in a smaller venue where it might have been a backyard or a Zoom or a city hall. But now they want to do the destination wedding of their dreams, and that's okay. We can still do all of that. And the easiest part is simply bringing us a copy of the original marriage certificate, which once again is notarized, and voila, we will deliver a service just like it would be a destination wedding, with one caveat. Rather than pronouncing you husband and wife, well, you already are, so we would just simply introduce you as Mr. and Mrs. So it's just a simple play on words at the final time, and then still receiving a nice commemorative certificate rather than a marriage certificate.
Perfect. Wendy, that's great. I want to do it. I want to come down and do a retie the knot. Absolutely amazing. Again, wonderful product. Having stayed with you folks in the grill, having visited Antigua about 3 years ago, staying there for 4 days and 3 nights to experience what that product is all about. I can only say that Sandals and Beaches does it right. People
Thank
like
you.
yourself, the team is absolutely wonderful. The staff, having experienced it, only wonderful vibes. Thank you so much for your time this morning, Wendy.
My
It's greatly
pleasure.
appreciated. And thank you. Thank you.
Look forward to having you down at our resorts again in the near future. Lots for you to experience. Don't forget, Curacau's our brand new one coming online in April, and we're pretty excited about that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.